Okay, everybody. So good afternoon. I have a couple of things that will be going on because I just want to tell the Menton right now that Gemini season has just officially begun because I already had the clubbies in here already and they already received their books. So I need you to hold tight for a second whilst I get the light on. Okay, so I've written some information already on the Gemini Clubus, and I was feeling a lot better than I did earlier, let me tell you. To the point where I didn't even need this chair. Let me put it back. And, Melissa, thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you here. So you can sit down over there. Okay, so, welcome to Gemini season. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be, I'm going to give you all of the introductory things and how it's all going to work out. Now, we're not going to be doing as much as, we did for Taurus season. We're not going to be doing a big, show and tell project like we did. We're going to be doing a lot of very, very small and very light and very fun, positive things, which is really what Gemini is all about. So, this will be one side of the board is going to be talking about Gemini season, okay, which is going to be concerning all of that information, which will be written very, very small. And the other side of the board will contain our song lyrics, because we are working on Abby Lee Miller's concert. And that's something that we're going to get to today as well. And then this evening, we're going to talk about her astrology. So, I'm going to bring it over, and I'm going to write a couple of things down. And you know me, I am a fickle person. A lot of the times I start and don't fulfill things, and I like to, start in a lot of different directions because I get bored and I want variety. And that's very Gemini as well, because if you didn't know, if you're talking about my chart, I have both my Mars sign and Venus sign in Gemini. I think that's pretty easy because I'm pretty good at, communicating and talking, and teaching you all. I have Jupiter in the sign of Virgo. That'll be interesting. So you can look up my birth information and I will give you that if you are interested. But so, Gemini season. So let me just write welcome to Gemini season. So the guests that will be joining us for Gemini season will be Deborah Silverman, whom you all have been watching and you should all know. Deborah Silverman. We already have Melissa Ziegler. And then in parentheses I'll put Mackenzie. And then Anya as well. And then Nia and Chloe from Dance Moms. Okay. And then another person who I have asked to come, if she is available to come, is a finalist on Food Network Star Season 13 and 14, Amy Pottinger, who looks a lot like me. So, Amy Pottinger. Then the very, very last person is going to be somebody who is a real-life Amenton person. Remember, movies, TV shows, games, maybe, and then the real life. So these are all the individuals. So I'm going to go over, so you already should know the basic info about Gemini. It's a mutable air sign. It's a changeable air sign. It's ruled by Mercury. All the basic gist of Gemini, you should all know. But with my Gemini Clubus, if you're taking part in that, then we're going to read and learn all about it. And I already told all of you how that is going to work. Well, sometimes you're going to have the opportunity to come up here and actually teach, actually talk and communicate. So we're going to be doing a lot of the same things that my Clubus is going to be doing, but less. So the Taurus season was a little different. So I think that this astrological season can be, the most normal that we've had it. Because, the Aquarius season, I was thinking that we would have club meetings, and I didn't really commit to it, because I was teaching over at the high school. We all were doing tutor shifts. It was a very, very busy and hectic time with all Aquarian subjects, and, the Frozen actresses and actors coming here, Idina Menzel, who is a Gemini, born on May 30th. And what's her name? I'm trying to think of what her name is. Kristen Bell. And so Aries season, we started off fine, but that was the season where on the 29th, I was giving the announcement to all of the Amenton that, you would have to pack your stuff up and, get ready and, pack a lot of things to occupy your own clothes and all those kind of things. And then load it into, the cars and the buses, and we would be driving down to Corning. And I thought that we would stay there shorter than we ended up staying, about 2 to 3 weeks. And you were staying in those dorms, remember, where it was long and it was boring, and you were probably suffering from hard cabin fever. So we were there for the most of the majority of Aries season, and I didn't have my board. I didn't, have the space that I have now, that I felt comfortable in. So I was trying to compromise and trying to have the Aries Club there and try to, make that work, with the Aries of My Life project. And then we came Taurus season, where, we had nothing like that. And maybe for like the 29th and the 30th, we were down for just a short bit of time. But the dance moms came about. We started it, pretty great with the Taurus and Libra Clubus. And then the dance moms came about. I start things, but then a new interest comes about. Just be prepared. There are going to be multiple things going on at the Amenton, and this Amenton is a lot of that Gemini energy, because it's creative, it's fun, it's just a lot going on, and very airy as well. But I think that the Amenton ruling planet is Aquarius. It has got to be Aquarius, because of the innovation, because of the out of the box, and unpredictability, and outside thought, and lofty ideas for things. You can figure out how the Amenton is Aquarius. But I think that's pretty obvious if you know all your signs. So, with the Taurus season, I was trying to fit in the club. Well, several times it was inconsistent. I just read through the book, but the big thing was that project. That big show and tell project, of which we finished off today. written portion, presentation, note cards, and then that Edmonton headquarters that happened yesterday with presenting and then selling it. And so you really felt into the flavor of Taurus. That sameness, that groundedness, that consistency, that security, sensual pleasures, sentimental values, things close to you, things pleasurable to you, comforts, creature comforts, sensual things like food, music, art, and groundedness with making decisions and money management and all those Taurian assets. Well, Taurus and Gemini are in very, very different signs. So we're changing the flavors. This time of year gives you permission to speak freely, to really let yourself go and be lighthearted and be very, positive, upbeat energy and be creative and live life free and easy and just talk and sing and read and teach and communicate and speak in different voices and do all these fun things and channel your inner child with needing constant stimulation. And this is the time to open your mind up to so many different subjects. And indeed, we will be doing, as an Edmonton whole collective, a couple of activities. And some of those activities will include acted out. We're going to be acting out, and you're going to be learning different. We're going to be making parodies of or imitating very classic SNL and Studio C skits. If you haven't heard, they are incredibly popular channels. So we're going to be copying. So you are all going to be actors and actresses, and you're going to be learning your roles. You're going to be having a role and trying to act it out and perfect it as best you can. Because I will say this, Virgo, perfection, analysis, details, those things will be important. Get this, it rules the same planet. It is ruled by the same planet as Gemini, so there will be connections. So acted out skits, okay. That'll be a really, really fun thing. Singing and karaoke. So that we sing songs a lot. That we, singing is a very, very important part of the Edmonton songs. Music, guiding, connecting, us together. So singing is very important, resemblance is very important, customs, so many things. I can't even, name off of them right now. But point of it is singing. We're going to be doing, you're going to be learning. Part of it is what you're going to be doing is there will be a concert, a Gemini concert. We would have had that back in Taurus season had we, it'd been longer than just 30 days. I would have, just went on with all of these things I had in mind. But we're going to really do a lot of Gemini type things, and this is one of them. So we're going to be singing. There will be a concert, okay, so it'll be nothing you haven't heard of. There's going to be a concert that we're going to be going to. It is going to be in, it's just going to be here in town. It's going to be at, the Grand Auditorium at the college here. And there will be a concert featuring Just Peachy, Gemini song that we're going to make chorally professional and clean up, okay? And additionally, there will be, you're going to be having solos, okay? you're going to be having solos, of which you're going to pick a song that you are interested in, that you like, or you've never heard of, and you want to learn how to sing. You want to, and so you practice that song, and you understand not only the song, what it means, its themes, its emotion, the story of it, and I will work with you privately to sing that song, okay? And we'll work, together as, voice lessons to be able to, learn the songs of whatever you want to. And Melody, Easter Clutter, will be coming here, which is and I'll talk about all of these individuals here in a second, and she'll be doing some of that. Abby Lee Miller here and Kathy Nesbitt Stein will be remaining here. Because, as I said, we have the ability to clone individuals. So she might tell me, oh, I need to go back to the candy apples. Perfectly understandable. That is amazing. Back then, it had to be, like Bimby Growth had to really pester and push people. And it probably kind of irritated them a little bit. But now, we don't have to do that. We have cloning machines. Copy body and copy mind. So she will be here as well as Abby, and they will be choreographing and teaching solos to all of the dancers. All of the dancers and girls from Dance Moms. And I've already told you what we're going to be doing for those solos, and that will go on that same night at that same concert. So there's going to be a lot of songs, but they're going to be very, very small songs. There's really not going to be like a huge, collection of songs. Although there will be a song that I will be composing, and also a song called Wild. But, we'll see. So the concert will work like this. We'll sing just Peachy Gemini's song. Then we're going to go on with the song I composed, and then Wild. And then what's going to happen is, after that, when that's done, we're going to be having all of your solos, all of your own songs that you're going to be learning to, and you're going to be performing in front of the audience. Then we're going to be having the girls dancing solos, and then there'll be maybe a duet or a trio or two, and then there'll be like a group song to really represent Gemini season. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. So, as I said, there's going to be quite a bit of songs. It's going to be kind of a big deal, a big concert. But I don't think that is nothing that you've ever seen before, and we'll be working, a lot with that at the Menton. And what is your question? Yeah, exactly. So, there will be 2 concerts. You heard me correct. 2 concerts. Yes, things go on at this Menton. So, there will be 2 concerts. One of them will be of what I just said, and then the other will be Abby's concert, which we've not given up yet. We'll continue to practice the customary, and we'll continue to practice, A Million Dreams, and you have to be there. We've started A Million Dreams, but we haven't got into, the bulk of it, so we'll get to that here. So let me see. So A Million Dreams, and then I'm probably going to cut September from the concert. I'm going to do that. Because it's just, so much that we're going to be taking on and doing and, learning and all of these types of things. There's so much music, too much going on, that we don't need an extra song added to it. So that's going to be one, a couple of things. Now, the next thing is going to be reading. That's another Gemini subject, reading. because Geminis are very, very fascinated, and they're very airy, and they're very interested and curious about so many different topics. Well, I'm going to be giving you, personally, the choice, although you have some options, and maybe preferably reading all 3 of them. And I'm not going to put this on myself because it'll be very, very likely that I won't even do this. But this is what I'm going to write down. So, reading. Reading is going to be something informational. Like an informational, magazine. So, magazine, maybe like maybe online site, like some online information. It can be any topic. Online info. So online site, just anything, like a site or a PDF with something online, about anything. It can be, just a physical copy, book, physical info book, informational. So, informational. So what I'm going to do is informational, and then fictional book. So, novel, play, short story. That's what I'm talking about. So there's an informational and a fictional. And I have to admit, I need to push myself to do that, because, and then there's going to be, the other reading, which is just going to be, the concerning the clubus. Okay, so this is what all of the Amenten is doing, but the clubus, I've already told them what's going to be going on specifically for them. Okay, so they're going to be doing famous Gemini. That's what they're going to be doing. I don't want to do the Gemini in my life because, Aries as, inspiring, courageous, role model, like, strong person I thought that famous Gemini would be. I'm just a very, very small, very small and light and simple project to do in addition to all of this. So that's what I wanted to, this is basically what we're doing. So this is all of the information that you need to know. So Deborah Silverman's birthday is May 24. Oh, and also I should mention, we're going to be having a lot of resemblance prayers this season as well. So Melissa's resemblance prayer, we're going to be having, what's her name? Christy Lucazia, resemblance prayer with Meryl Streep and Jennifer Lawrence. And, in Melissa's resemblance prayer will be with Michelle Meisner, whom I'll talk about, when we get further into the time. I don't have resemblances for Kelly and Holly. I don't have them. And I think that we've already taken care of your resemblance prayer, and we've done your resemblance prayer. So that's what's going to be going on. And also, what's going to happen is there is going to be, this Gemini concert. I might even break it up into 3 concerts. Yes, you heard me correct. I know, 3 concerts, but that's just what happens at the Amenten. So the first concert is all Gemini themed. Just peachy, wild song that I composed, and then a realistic song that has to do with Gemini, including all of your solos of karaoke and songs that you're going to be doing, preferably, very Gemini. That's the first concert. The second concert is going to be all of the dance, the dance mom girls solos, solos that they're going to be doing. So the solos that that they've done in the show that are famous and one of the best ones that they've done are the most memorable and special solos, and then they're going to be let's see. So then it's going to be the solo that I compose. And I'll remind you all again what's going to happen. So I'm not going to tell you any particular order because I really don't know. So Chloe is going to be doing the solo from episode 7, season 2, probably, but I still have to see, which is a really, really beautiful piece of music that goes along with that as well. Then we're going to be having a number where all of you are going to be backup dancers, and there's going to be a lot of, it's going to be an over-the-top number, because I will be having a building construction and a painting and designing crew come in, and also costume making crew come in, because there's going to be a lot of props and backdrops in the next number, which is going to be, as I was telling you, all going to be backup dancers, and either Chloe or Maddie will be doing, will be playing the role as Clara in the Nutcracker. I still have to see. And then I want to talk about Maddie. So, most famous solo, which I don't know yet, Rain in Libra season, and then there's going to be another one, which will be Fairy Queen. Fairy Queen. That's that's the one that I've come up with. Nia will be doing I'll Do Anything for You, and then Down by the Dessa, as I was talking to you about. And then Mackenzie will be doing one of her most famous solos, and I don't have anything that I want to do for that. And then Brooke and Paige will be doing solos additionally that they've done that I won't be coming up with anything. So that should be about it. So then that's the second concert. The third concert is going to be Abby Lee's concert, which will be remember the customary, and then the theme song, which I still have to come up with, and then it is going to be. So I'm just basically telling you the order of how these concerts are going to be. So, customary, okay, which we've worked on. Then it's going to be the song. Right after that, it's going to be A Million Dream. And then right after the theme song is going to be You Have to Be There. And then to wrap it up, A Million Dreams. So that's how it's going to work. So that is what this Gemini season is going to look like. So Deborah Silverman's birthday is coming up in 2 days, which will be here on the 26th. And it'll be such a pleasure getting to see her again, getting to meet her, because she is a Gemini sun with an Aries moon. I have an Aries sun and Libra moon. So we both are air and fire. So, mutable and cardinal. I have both cardinal. So, let's see. So she'll be coming. She'll be doing some of the teaching in my clubus. And then, Melissa Zegler, which I looked up your birthday, is June 13. And obviously, we know, dance moms, have all been watching. And by the way, what's gonna happen is maybe sometime I will promise that that we'll watch episode 13 with you. It's just I've talked to all of you and not all of you are up to that point. So when all of you are up to that point of the season, then that's when we'll be watching it together, and I'll find a way to project it onto that TV over there. So then Amy Pottinger she does Hawaiian, mother, kind of cooking on a budget type things. And she was on season 13, and then she lives in Hawaii, Honolulu, and or I think that's where she lives. And then she went into Comeback Kitchen. She came back on season 14 as one of the 2 winners of that would come back. And she was born, I was just looking it up. You're probably thinking, how do you know all this? Well, on June 15th, Ides of June. So, let's see. So, that's her. So she'll be coming in a couple of times. I don't know Melody's birthday. There will be a resemblance there will be a resemblance with Deborah Silverman and a family member of mine. Then there will be another resemblance of Deborah Silverman and Melody, because they have a resemblance. To begin with, they're both Geminis, and I wonder if they're both May Geminis. If I were to be a Gemini taking my number and then changing the month, I would be a June Gemini. But so anyway, and then so this is what I think that I covered it all. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is I'm just gonna check how much memory that I have, and then I want to play for you a couple of things.